All right, good morning once again. Paper 2, Monday. But you already know that. First hour, 60 minutes, 9 pages, 50 points. Or 51, I don't remember. I made it in 30 minutes, so you should make it in 45. In the paper 2, the same way I give it to you, there's a difference between CCR, CLC, and CCR. The same way I give it to you, the exact same way you're going to get it in year 5 for the CXC exam. Exact same way. It starts off easy, and as you progress, you will notice 2 points will become 3 points, and 3 points will become 4 points, and 4 points will become 5 points. The higher the points, the more complicated it is. So if you see something as 5 points and you put one simple answer, know in advance, it will probably be wrong. Know that in advance. Words you have to pay attention to, especially these. Most likely these two. Calculate and determine. They both technically mean the same thing. They mean show every single step of the way. So if you have 3x plus 5 equals 10, 10. X equals a half. 0 points. 0. Just 0. Because it says calculate, find x. Solve x. Oh, you have solve as well. Solve, determine, all the same. Show every step of the way that you're doing. Do not forget about units. And as I said last time, be careful with the equal sign. It is the most dangerous symbol in mathematics. So don't write, oh, this is a half. It's a half. Don't do stuff like this, because it's wrong. 3x plus 10 equals 5. 3x plus 5 equals 10 is not a half. Be careful with writing things like this. So how do you get points in mathematics? It's based on operation. Remember, we have knowledge, comprehension, and reasoning. A simple exercise. It depends how far you are in the exam. You can get 1 to 2 points for stuff like this. So 1 point for knowledge. Knowledge. I understand I need to solve x. So the first thing I do is do 3x equals 10 minus 5. Right? You get 1 point for doing that. That's knowledge. You know you have to do it. And then you get 1 point for comprehension, meaning you have to do x equals 5 divided by 3. And of course, which means 1 2/3. 1 point for that. More or less, this is how points are given in mathematics. No half points, no quarter points, don't exist. So if you did this correct and your answer is wrong, only 1 point. No a half points, no I wrote a 3/3 wrong. The answer has to be 100% correct. Yes, do not forget. Calculate. I think there are plenty of these in the exam. in the front of your book, it tells you exactly how many points you get for the CSEC exam. I'm preparing you on this since as we get to more chapters, the more and more my exams will look like this. So when you get to the actual exams, oh, I've already been through this. It starts off the exact same way always, chapter 1. The first question is always about chapter 1. It can be 1A, B, C, 1A, B, 2A, and so forth. And then the second one after that. Always chapter 3, consumer arithmetic. Always, always. The same way. It's a standardized test. So as we go to the different chapters, sets, measurements, you will see always the same way it's built. And they can teach you or show you how many points you get. So this is more useful in Form 4. So you know in advance, 8 points, 8 points for consumer arithmetic. 8 points, so one chapter, 8 points. So you can imagine, well, you know what? I hate consumer arithmetic. I'm not going to learn anything about it. You lost 8 points. Standardized test. You know in advance how many points you get for what. Paper 2. Most points lie where? Relations, functions, and graph. I shall add algebra to it because it has to do with algebra. So I'll take algebra, add it here. The majority of points lie there, 30. Majority. That's why it has the most chapters as well. Not difficult. Super easy. Sorry? Oh yes, I see it. So we are working in pairs of 2. Both of you shall get a paper. At the end, I shall receive 1. I shall receive both, but I shall receive 1. What do I mean? You give me both, but only 1 counts. Do not forget, time is limited. So if you're using your pen, you may use your pen, you may use your calculator. If I find papers like this, I will not look at it. So be wary of what you write. Be wary of what you write. I leave plenty of space on the paper. Remember, you either write like this, or you write like that. So it's easy to understand. For example, algebra, you use this way. If I have 3x plus 7 equals 10, you don't say is 3x equals 10 minus 7 is x equals 10 minus 7 divided by 3. You don't do stuff like this in algebra, as I said. You work from top to bottom. Everywhere where possible, place your calculations. Let me see if we have one example of a CSEC exam. I think I had one last year. Let us see. Let's use data. Bam. Let's just do this. Finally. Ability. Yeah, here we go. Bam, bam. Determine the exact value of what? That. So if you put it in your calculator and then, oh, the answer is 0.7. Look at that, 3 marks. You are going to get 0 of those 3. And as you progress, this is a full CSAC exam. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes, for those who were wondering. So, start with the first one. All working must clearly be shown. Stated even at the top. How can I not? Let's save it. Oh, there it is. Here it is. Yeah. An equation like this, you can make it from left to right. First step. Make it smaller. Dividing by a fraction means multiply by the inverse. So the answer is 2/6, 1/3. Like that. Something like this is expected, more or less. So when you place this in your calculator, of course, it will pop out 1/3. So if you only place 1/3, the teacher, on the other hand, will do this. Teacher, why the answer? Teacher, the answer. That's what happened. Teacher, the answer. In mathematics, the answer, I could care less about the answer. So when you have a wrong, when you get your paper back, and the answer is correct, and you come to me with, teacher, the answer, you know in advance to not come up to me with that question. The answer. It happens many times that people write gibberish, and by some type of mistake, they get the correct answer. That's why we do not look at the answer. So, how are points calculated here? 3. This is 1. That is 1. This is 1, and that is 1. This is how it's calculated. So if you skip steps, you know in advance as well, you skip points. The next one, 3 marks. These are the most dangerous questions. Why are they the most dangerous questions? Because you have to, what is the key word? Here. That is the key word. So what does it mean? Show every step of the way. What does this mean? 2.5 squared. Calculate 2.5 squared. 4. 5, 2, the square root of 5, 4, 2 square root of 5. So, the square root of 2.5 is this. You can use your calculator. This is the answer of the square root of 2.5. All right, next step. Subtract 2.89 divided by 70. Gives an answer. Bam. And after that, you give another answer. And then it says, correct to 2 significant figures. And what is 2 significant figures? If your answer were, for example, something like this would become 1 point something. 1.7, give or take. 1.7, 4, 2, 9, etc. To 2 significant figures, your answer would have been 1.7. 3 points. Where do you get 3 points? Here. By doing that, it's 3 points. Sorry, 1 point. Giving your answer correctly gives another point. And then stating the answer to correct significant figure, another point. This is how paper 2s are made. So don't go, oh, the answer. Bam, answer. So you can imagine question B. calculate and look at the points. That means the smallest mistake is 0 points. So if you subtracted wrong, the answer is wrong, you did everything correct and the answer is wrong, 0 points. So watch out for these type of questions that give 1 point. And it says calculate. B. What do I do? Mr. Jack bought 150 t-shirts for $1,920 from a factory. Calculate the cost of one t-shirt. 1 mark or 1 point. So how do you go about it? Remember, don't only write numbers 250 divided 360. What are you doing? Explain it to me logically. Is this 920? So what do you do? Divided by 150. Comes out as 12.8. Do you leave it there? Of course not. That is your calculation. One shirt equals 12.80. See the difference between this answer and this answer. It's only 1 mark. So imagine, if you leave it like this, 0 points. Why? We're talking about money, and money always has what? 2 decimals. These are the small things CSEC looks at. There is a difference between your calculation and your answer. Yes? So as I stated before, when it comes to money, they're not gonna say 2 decimals, 1 decimal. You should, in advance, know it's 2 decimals in advance. T-shirts sold at $19.99 each. The amount of money received after selling all t-shirts. Easy. 150. So calculate. Magic word. Multiplied by 1999. 1999. Yes. Equals 0.5, my calculator says that. And then the amount of money received total was $2,998.50. That was the total amount received. Total profit made. Subtract them from each other. $1,920. Which pops out an answer. That is your profit. The profit made as a percentage of the cost price. Correct to the nearest whole number. So what is correct to the nearest whole number? You need to give your answer as a whole number. So if your answer is, for example, 17.75, your answer has to be 18 to the nearest whole number. Yes? Every question I place the amount of time is needed to make it. So if you think it's too little time, you need to practice more.